Hello everyone, welcome back to your SST class. Today we will begin a new chapter in history, that is new ideas. In this chapter we will study the emergence of Buddhism and Jainism and main teachings of these two religions. In the latter Vedic age, religion was dominated by the Brahmins, and this led to a lot of discontent among the common people. In this atmosphere, two religious sects, Jainism and Buddhism, were born. In the latter Vedic age, religion was dominated by the Brahmins. Brahmanism was full of rites and rituals which were very expensive for the common man. The caste system was very rigid, and lower caste people could not participate in the religious ceremonies. The common man could not understand the Vedic texts as they were written in Sanskrit. All these factors made the common people lose their interest in religion. In this atmosphere, unorthodox religious sects were born. Of these, two prominent were Buddhism and Jainism. They treated all people equally and hence attracted a large number of followers. First of all, Buddhism. Buddhism was founded by Gautam Buddha. He was a Shakya prince born around 563 BCE in Lumbini near Kapilavastu at the border of present day Nepal. Siddhartha grew up in the confines of his palace with all royal comforts. He married to a princess and a son was born to them. But Siddhartha was still very unhappy. The story of Siddhartha's enlightenment. One day, as he was driving around the royal park, he saw an aged man. Later, he saw a sick man. He learned that sickness was common among people. Later, he saw a corpse being carried to the cremation ground. By this, he discovered that every person had to die some day. The fourth sight, he saw an ascetic looking peaceful and calm. Siddhartha was fascinated by his expression and decided to abandon his comfortable life and left the palace at the age of 30 in search of finding a way to end suffering. After leaving home, he wandered around for many years. He first spent time with a sage who taught him how to meditate, but he was not satisfied. Then he joined a band of five ascetics who were practicing a very strict form of meditation. Siddhartha also meditated for 40 days without food and water, yet he was not satisfied. One day, when Siddhartha was almost 35 years old, he sat beneath a peepal tree at Bodh Gaya and began to meditate. After 49 days of deep meditation, he realized the truth. He understood why there was so much suffering and unhappiness in the world and what man must do to overcome it. He attained enlightenment and was now called Buddha. Now he traveled to different places and preached among masses and spoke in Prakritic, the language of the common people. Many people became his followers. Soon these followers formed a Sangha. Buddha's end came at the age of 80 in Kushinagar. But before his death, he told his followers not to look for a new leader, as the doctrine that he preached should be their guide. Buddhism attracted many followers. Great Emperor Ashoka was also the follower of Buddhism and helped it in spreading it to the different parts of his empire. The basic teachings of Buddhism are called the Four Noble Truths. Number one, the world is full of suffering. The main cause of suffering is desire. To overcome suffering, one must give up desire. If desires are given up, nirvana can be attained. According to Buddha, if people behave in a certain way, they would be relieved from their sorrows and sufferings. He called this way the Eightfold Path, which comprised of right action, right exercise, right meditation, right observation, right determination, right livelihood, right memory, and right speech. Buddha also preached that social divisions were wrong because no one was an outcast by birth. He also preached non-violence or ahimsa against humans and animals. The original teachings of Buddha are contained in the three Pitakas, which include Sut Pitaka, Vinay Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Now, Jainism. Vardhaman Mahavira was a contemporary of Buddha. He was born in Vaishali, the capital of the Lichavi kingdom, around 540 BCE. He was also a prince. He was the founder of Jainism. At the age of 30, he left his home and became an ascetic. The followers of Mahavira were called Jains. Mahavira roamed from place to place preaching his doctrine. Later, Jainism got divided into two sects, the Digambaras and the Shvetambaras. The Digambaras were those who wore no clothes, and Shvetambaras were those who wore only white clothes. The three jewels of Jainism, Three Ratna, as taught by Mahavira, are right belief, right knowledge, right action. Jainism could not maintain its mass influence because Jainism had very strict and austere tenets. Following them called for deep faith and a strong character. Jain monks take the concept of non-violence very seriously. They usually carry feather dusters to brush ants and other insects out of their way in order to save them from being trampled. They also do not use footwear. They cover their mouths with a piece of white cloth to prevent tiny living things in the air from being inadvertently inhaled. So, Jainism could not maintain its mass influence for a long time. But both the religions, Buddhism and Jainism, have many similarities. The founders of both the religions were born to royal families. Both founders gave up worldly pleasures to become sages. Both religions preached ahimsa and respect for all other forms of life. Both of them denounced the authority of the Vedas and taught a code of conduct by which to live. Both stressed on the theory of karma and attainment of moksha. Both preached their thoughts in Pali and Prakritic, which the common people could understand easily. Now you have to go through the chapter, and if you face any difficulty, you are free to ask me. Okay, bye bye, children.